Yo, what up, YouTube? What up, what up, what up? Right now, I want to talk about the superhero problem, right? And I talked about this before, right? Because let's say, like, okay, the superhero problem is like this. If you take a superhero outside of the entertainment, Marvel universe or DC universe, and apply them to like real world dynamics and scenarios, so on and so forth, you would realize the nightmare that it would present. And that's not just going into like different laws and so on and so forth of the earth, but with human nature, it appears like, you could kind of see a fall from the Bible in the sense that if you gave somebody to depend on, someone like Batman, right, to protect the city, all right, how long would it take before citizens start turning on Batman for not being every place at once, or having some type of religious backing and people worshiping him as in like some type of cult? You know what I'm saying? There would be several scenarios, okay, that would present a problem. Not to mention that the superhero situation, the reason why I like the show called The Boys is because it shows like, okay, these are truly flawed individuals that happen to have superhuman abilities, so on and so forth. So this would be the same pertaining to like this world. I mean, it's a very high aspiration for one to want to be a superhero, right? So when you get into other things such as being like a public servant, let's say, take for instance a police officer, or not saying that the two are the same, but also like, you know what I'm saying, actors and actresses. You see these people doing these heroic feats, so on and so forth. But I mean, at the same time, when you give society something pertaining to like anything, like technology, for example, the more we have technologically advanced, the more careless and even maybe slothful and lazy human beings have become. We have become, as in a softer way, in terms of our way of life. If we were to pertain down to the future, you know what I'm saying, I don't see how we could not look, as great aliens. Great aliens would be what we would look like in the future, because most of what we do is sedentary. We sit on a couch. We make wherever space we're at predominantly comfortable for our brain, okay, and our knowledge. We make it comfortable for that. And we sit there like chickens in a coop on the couch. And you know what I'm saying? We just absorb media, content, and information, straight IV to the brain from the fucking boob tube, right? And you know what I'm saying? That's all our brain is doing. It's just absorbing information in different tanks that we call houses, and we make our living adjustment comfortable for our brain. You know what I'm saying? So that the rest of the body, you know what I'm saying? We're headed towards a more sedentary lifestyle. But the fact of the matter is, we have a lot of competition in society, and since COVID, the health scare, now health is on the scene, and people are paying attention to what foods they eat, so on and so forth. This has curbed society's behavior as a whole. I could say that more people this year seem to be exercising than prior years, before COVID. So you're coming up with this social media and information absorbing society and a society that's becoming more technologically advanced, which makes living spaces more comfortable for individual brains, no different than like brains in a fishbowl. And they live in these tanks, these separate tanks, you know, on streets with numbers, and they have a number associated with their brain. This container in which that absorbs all this information, and then there's information agencies also, like the CIA and the FBI, broken down to the Masons, big block companies such as Walmart, Purple Fitness, in association with these government agencies and police, also creating a network or a web for the spider to crawl. The lady works in red and she does other things and she rides the beast. Sorry, that must be my allergies. I got a lot of problems. 99, and you know I ain't got one of them. You know what I'm saying? The problem is with the brain. The brain is becoming, forgive me, more lazy. And we just take this spoon-fed information now as our brain sits comfortably and we don't critically think. And these are steps down a long stairwell. The decline of mankind into laziness and being lethargic and expecting AI to take care of us. And will we not know our mother, and our mother being information? We used to tell time without watches. Now we depend on them for everything. And Lord, let them not be analog, because you know they gotta be digital. Everything authorized by a technological system. Our world hero is Jarvis. Jarvis is the personification of the AI system. You understand what I'm saying? So if you have, you know, if in this cover your ass world where nobody wants to get blamed and nobody wants to get judged, if you have a hero here, the only true hero you can have here is a martyr. And that individual will be rejected. And when he comes around and speaks the truth, no one will notice. They'll crowd together and try to kill him. You know, that's what happens. All of these individuals are in an echo chamber, in their little bubbles and in their little tanks, and they don't really know their neighbor, but they have this facade where they can love them. Each one getting streamed different information from the deep fake, watching fake news, and all of these things pertaining to presidential elections. And how many things do they confide in their search engine with questions on their mind and their future plans, and they think they could get ahead of a system that they exist in on a grading scale, and they want a hero or a man to follow as a president or a king to solve all their problems. But they don't want Jesus. They look for love, but they don't believe in God. And now they want a superhero, and in these things, a superhero is always killed like a leader. JFK, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, anyone who has the guts to speak up. These are the same that are slain, the doctors who cure cancer. The man who came up with something to deal with AIDS. All of these individuals are known, and yet they are erased at the same time, and nobody will speak of anything. Think about it. The double standards, and we want a hero. There's a pharmacy on the corner and a drug dealer also. The double standards, and we want a hero. And we want justice. But justice ain't the same from you and your neighbor that you fake like you get along with. and you want a hero. And that hero has to be for the people. And Jesus only had 11 disciples, so how many niggas could really like me? Fuck them all. I'm at peace with just my fingers holding up a cigarette. You understand? There's no one that would address the public that would be so diverse, more perfect than Christ. That wouldn't be seriously flawed like everyone else in this echo chamber of fake information that manipulates the public. And we have these facades and we work together while the devil laughing, and we still don't get it. Everyone thinks they know something, but they definitely know a lie, but they can't discern between the lie and the truth. So what's the difference of knowing anything at all? And we want a hero. Israel thought they wanted a king. You understand? The problem when you give society anything that upgrades society, it seems like the critical mass of individuals become lazier, less attentive, where they should have access to be able to do more, they become less efficient. So in any way that an individual can be more incomplete, it has came with advancements, and those advances make our brains comfortable, and we call that information that we get on our desktop God. And we say that it's our mother because it raised us. And we want a superhero as if we didn't have one, as if Google was never there. And we want a hero. Google is Jarvis. Elon Musk is Tony Stark. The things are right in front of us. We root for the Illuminati when we watch the movies. So I think it would be a horrible thing to be considered an individual in which other individuals would depend on for comfort, because I ain't got no kids and I sure the fuck ain't nobody's mother here. Now the fuck was given, so why would I give it? And in such a manner, we had everything that we needed. Even then, Christ came and delivered all men. Yet and still, we have delusions of having heroes. Who can be favored by the people who speaks the truth? Yo, hate I admire as a secret, because I know God favors those who don't look for the admiration of men. I'm just down here with all these coons saying, fuck them all. I give a damn about semantics. The only hate speech to be recognized is the kind that you know about. Ain't that evil knowledge? And you wouldn't know the wiser. I'm quick like that. But people just see a fool. I just look like this. Raisin in the sun. Think twice if you want a hero. Meditate if you're like Cinderella. Consider the business that you do. And if you are Cinderella and you're stuck in a house, consider the business of your friends and family that you keep around. Something to think about, man. The superhero problem, or with any advancement in society that acts as a superhero for the benefit of mankind, how is it that it always ends up a detriment, considering we have more knowledge than we did then? Something is wrong. In our advancement to move forward, we definitely move backwards, and we got Congress, and we know we going backwards to a certain degree, So we're fighting to stay afloat, but we're never moving forwards. And no one gets it. Even though it's expensive, where does the money go? Peace.